Okay. All right. So then, here comes the 7 years of plenty. And everything was going on and everybody was having a good time. Okay? All right. No problem. And when they get around that 5th year, Joseph made sure that they stacked up and put away all these extra bales of grain and these different things. The Bible says here that they saved up so much that they did no longer need to keep a tally. They didn't need to keep a tally. They had so much saved up. They stopped accounting it. They didn't need to keep a tally anymore. So, all right. So that's good to go. Then came the 7 years of famine. And it was bad. It was bad. It was horrible. Oh. And this famine came all around that whole region, all Egypt, everybody, everywhere. This famine was horrible, man. It was terrible. It was horrible. And people were coming all up into the, okay, now people are coming up into the Nile to sell and buy and trade with Egypt. And this is how the second part of Egypt got their riches. A lot of people don't even know this. This is where, and yet, I'm sure that it was written how Egypt had these riches and this, that, and the other, but they take out the Bible part of it, the story of Joseph and what happened and how they got those riches through Pharaoh in his dream and Joseph telling him what to do. And they saved up, and that's how they got their riches. Rather, historians or whoever didn't want to put that in, or they wanted to omit the whole Bible side of this. That's what happened, and that's how Egypt got that second batch of riches. And now they are the famine was everywhere. It was real bad, but Egypt was now flourishing because of Joseph's thing. Now Pharaoh, because of this, Pharaoh loved Joseph so much, he gave him the king's ring. Pharaoh gave him a ring, and he said he made a decree to everybody. When y'all see Joseph, you bow down to me, you will bow down to Joseph. And you know what I mean? Joseph will have up to half of the kingdom will be Joseph's. Now there was a movie, I'm going to pause here and say, there was a movie entitled Ben-Hur. And they used a lot of things that happened in Ben-Hur. Because let me say right here, for those people who think that there was a guy named Judah Ben-Hur. No, Ben-Hur was homemade, made up. Movie writer made up. It was no such a thing as a real Ben-Hur. They wrote that story and they borrowed a lot of that story from this story of Joseph. And when if you see the movie Ben-Hur, you'll see how Ben-Hur in the movie, Charlton Heston's Ben-Hur, Charlton Heston played Ben-Hur, and he saved the king from this, they had a little battle with this other group of people, and the king at that time, he was almost got drowned, and Ben-Hur saved him. And when they got back to the land, the king gave him his favorite ring, and he told the people, "You will bow when I pass by. You will bow down to Ben-Hur." They got all that. I'm saying this because they got all that from this story, the biblical story of Joseph. Okay? All right. So back to Joseph now. So Joseph is now well respected. He's the governor of everything. Everything's happening through him. Everything. You know what I mean? King was like, I'm going to take care of business. Joseph, you take care of everything with the provinces and all the people. So now Joseph was the main guy that you had to deal with. Okay, that said, the famine was so bad. Now, meanwhile, Jacob and his 10 brothers, 11 brothers, because they had Benjamins with them, the famine hits them too. They're running out of food. They have nothing going on. He's like, y'all sitting around here doing nothing? Go on down there and go down to Egypt and buy some food and buy some things and bring it back so that we can have some stuff to eat and this, that, and the other. So they packed the camels, this, that, and the other. And they didn't take Benjamin, the youngest. But the other brothers, they go down there and they pack up and do things and get things ready to go down there to go buy and get food and stuff. All right. All right, they get down there. They get down into Egypt. Okay. And now you figure now Joseph then grew up since once they put him in took him out of the well and sold him to Ishmaelites going into Egypt. Now, that was many years ago. Joseph's now a grown man. And he not only is he a grown man, but he now is the governor of the land that you got to come down here and deal with. So he's rich. Everything's going on with him. Okay. So here they come. Here comes Jacob's sons coming. And Joseph sees them. Now they don't know him. They don't recognize him. Because last time they saw him, he was a little boy or a teenager. But now he's a grown man. And here they come. And they're like, okay. And they come in. And Joseph is, he gets them. Who are you guys? What do you want? Well, we come down here, great governor. We come down here to get food, and we need, we're just coming down here to get food like everybody else. No, you're not. You're spies. You're spies coming down here. No, we're not spies. We're not. Who's your family? Well, let's see. There's we're 10 brothers. Actually, there's 11 of us. We lost one brother. We lost one brother, and our father is an old man. He's old and feeble, but he sent us down here to get grain and get food for our lodging and this, that, and the other. He said, you're spies, though. You're spies. This old man, is he all right? What's going on with him? Because, see, Joseph is trying to find out about his dad, Jacob, and he's going to try to find out about his younger brother, Benjamin. But they don't know that's him. So he's like, he's being rough with them. All right, so, you're all right. You're okay. All right. And you said you have a younger brother? Yes, we have a younger brother, and we didn't bring him because he stays with our dad, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, all right. He tells his men, give them what they want. Give them what they want. Let them be on their way. So they give them the money, and they give them stuff. And as they're going away, he says to his men, saying to his men, put their money back into their sacks. Okay. In other words, sneak the money right back into their sacks. Okay. And the 10 brothers are going back now. And he said, now go get them and bring them back. And they like, pull over. They go out there and stop them while they're on the road. Pull over, get over here. Check their stuff. And they find the money. What are you doing with this money? How'd you get your money? And they're like, how'd that money? The brother's like, how'd that money get up in there? We don't know anything about that money. We don't know how it got up in there. Take them back to the governor. They get back to the governor, back to Joseph. So how'd you get your money back? We don't know how we got this money back. We bought our stuff. We gave the people the money, and we're on our way home. We don't know nothing about how this money got there. This, that, and the other. So he was like, "See, I told you, you're spies. I told you that. You're spies." I said, "You said you had a younger brother." Yes, we have a younger brother. Okay. He said, "Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this man right here." And he grabbed Simeon. We're gonna put him in the jail, and you come back and you bring your younger brother back. And he's like, whoa, Pharaoh, governor, great governor. We can't do that. We can't do that because we already lost one brother already. Talking about Joseph. We lost one brother already. If we bring our little younger brother, Benjamin, here, and something bad happens to him, it'll kill our dad. It'll just kill his spirit. It'll kill him. And Joseph was thinking, he said, okay, but guess what? You go down, you take your stuff down, and we're gonna keep him in the prison, Simeon in the prison, and you come back with your younger brother. And they were like, oh man, okay. So they go on home with their stuff. All right. They go into Jacob. Jacob, we got a problem. Dad, we got a problem, a big problem. And Jacob was like, what's going on? What's the problem? Well, we went down there to get the food and stuff. And we went down there, we got the food. But that Pharaoh down there, he's mean. He's mean, and he's this, and he's that, and he was rough on us, and he asked us about our family. He wanted to know all about our family, this, that, and the other, and he said that we were spies, and that they held on to Simeon and said that they want us to bring back Benjamin, and they'll hold Simeon, and when we bring Benjamin to him, they'll let Simeon go, and Jacob was like, oh, no, you ain't. Oh, no, you aren't. No, you're not. You're not taking my son Benjamin down there nowhere. No, you're not. No, you're not. I already lost Joseph, and I'm not going to lose Benjamin. So forget it. You know what I mean? So they're like talking, come on, Dad, we've got to do something because Simeon's down there. He's good. They'll kill him down there, this, that, and the other. And Jacob is like, oh, no, no. And Jacob was so depressed and so upset. Well, after a little while, because he knew time was of the essence. So after a little while, he decided, all right, well, and again, remember I told you earlier that on that other part one, that Jacob had his own little issues going on in his conscience about things that he did, and he's thinking that this is his back karma. Well, he decided, okay, well, we'll go, all right, you're going down there. You take Benjamin. Now, what you want to do is take some grapes and fruits and various things as a gift to this governor, and take it down there, and hopefully he'll allow me to have my son Benjamin back, and he'll let Simeon go. And the Lord will be with me, or he won't. The Lord's will be done, kind of a thing. So, all right, there they go. They're going down there, and they go down to Pharaoh again. Governor Joseph again. He sees them coming, but now he sees there's Benjamin. Oh yeah, he sees his younger brother Benjamin, and oh my goodness, he was longing for him. So is this your younger brother that you were talking about? Yes, Governor, this is the younger brother. This is my younger brother Benjamin, and this, that, and the other. And Joseph's looking at Benjamin like, "This is my younger brother." He just was longing for him. He's like, "Okay, good, all right, well, bring him out." They brought Simeon out. Okay, let them get their things and stuff. And he was like, "So this one here, Benjamin, he's gonna stay here with me." And they were like, no. You asked us to bring him down here. We brought him down here to show you that we're not spies. But if he stayed down here with you and we don't bring him back to our dad, this is going to kill our dad. Because our dad is like, we already lost one brother, and he does not want to lose his youngest son like that. If we don't bring him back to our dad, he will just give up his spirit and die inside. And that would be the end of it. And Joseph's like, okay, all right, we'll give them their things and let them be on their way. So they're all going, and they're getting their things, and there they go. Joseph tells his men, put my golden chalice, my cup, into the youngest one, Benjamin, put it in his sack. Don't let them know. All right, so there they go. They're pulling off, and they're driving, and Joseph's men come with their horses. Pull over. Okay, check their stuff. And they, looking at stuff, and they find the golden chalice in Benjamin's sack. How'd this get in here? You know what this is? Do you know what this is? How did this get in here? And we're like, we don't know how that got in. The older brothers, we don't know how that got in there. Take them back to the governor. Oh, so it's a wonderful little story in its own way. All right, so they take him back. How did my golden chalice get in his sack? We don't know. We just, we don't know how this chalice got in here. They're just so upset, this, that, and the other. And so then all of a sudden, Joseph says to his men, "You guys, I'm going to have a lunch with these guys here. Set it up." And they're like, huh? So they go into the house with Joseph. And they're like, okay. And there's a law that Egyptians are not allowed to eat with Israelis. So he was in one room over there, and they were in this room, and they're like talking and stuff. And Joseph was getting weaker and weaker. He was wanting to see his brothers, and especially Benjamin, because that's his real brother. You know what I mean? So he was getting weak, man. And there was times the Bible says that Joseph would go off and cry because he wanted to say something, so but he would cry. At one point, he was crying so loud everybody could hear him crying because he longed for his brothers and them. But then he come out, clean himself up, get himself together, come back, all right, and stuff. Then, to make a long story short, what ended up happening was finally Joseph told them who he was. He said, "Hey, y'all, it's me, Joseph." And they were like, "What? Joseph? It's me. Y'all thought y'all were sending me into, when you took me out of the well," and then right there they realized it. "What? You took me out of the well and sent me to the Ishmaelites. What you didn't understand is God wanted me down here for this very reason." And they were like, "Joseph?" And they realized it. They started hugging and crying, man. They were like, "Oh, Joseph." And they were like, "Darn, man, look at you. You rich. You're rich, man. Look at you. Wow, you hooked up, you know." And here's what I want y'all to do. I'm gonna send 7 trains of camels with all kinds of fruits and vegetables and foods and this, that, and the other. You send it down. How's my father, Jacob? You go there, take these things down to Jacob. You tell him to come here. He's going to move here with me, us here in Egypt. You tell him whatever he doesn't even want, leave it there, because we're going to have he's here. He's going to have the best of the best of the best. And if there's something he doesn't, tell me, leave it there. And they were just so excited and stuff. So, and of course, Benjamin, they were hugging each other. And he said, so some of the brothers stayed, and a couple of the other brothers went back and told Jacob. They came running into the house. Dad, you're not going to believe this. And he's like, "What's going on? Where's my Benjamin?" No, Dad, that's not it at all. The Pharaoh the governor that was down there. He said, "Yeah, that governor, that's Joseph. He's Joseph. He's the governor of the land. And he wants you to come move now to the land." And Jacob was like, "Get out. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" He said, "I want you to," he said he sent these massive camels with all this stuff for us to travel back to Egypt. He wants us to move to Egypt. And he said, if there's something that you here in this land that you don't want, leave it here, because we're going to have the best of everything in Egypt. And Jacob goes outside and sees the 7 camels with all the stuff on it. He said, "I got to go see my son Joseph. I got to go see him." So they made the trek all the way down to go to Egypt. I'm going to pause right here and go into, this is the story of Joseph part 2.